To the program, just give us what happened. Everybody was expecting the king to be wearing orange uniform by now.
Welcome back, Peter. In fact, we're not in front of the Mthatha High Court now. We're coming to you live in front of the King's private residence here at Nkululekweni in Mthatha. The King's 7-day extension of bail was given on the basis of technicality, on the calculation of the days. And now he is expected to hand himself over on the 30th of this month. What I can mention is that he's been getting a lot of support since that announcement has been made. We saw the chairperson of Contralesa in the province making way into the homestead to congratulate him for actually being granted that 7-day extension. We also saw the Deputy Minister of Communications making way into the home. We saw several traditional leaders from this area coming to say well done to his legal team for fighting for him to spend his Christmas out of jail. However, Peter, it's only a 7-day extension. We don't know what else will happen on the 30th. I presume they will start on the 29th with the countdown of him having to hand himself to prison if nothing changes. At this stage, it's only extended for the next 7 days. So we're likely to see what's going to happen beyond the 30th.
Tell us about the details on the petition itself that's caused this 7-day extension. What did he file?
They're raising the issue of an assessor that passed away while the case was continuing, and also a traditional law that was not taken into consideration. Because if I can just take you back how the king came to have these cases put upon him. In the early 90s, between 95 and 96, the king owned a farm at Chalacha village where some community members had their cattle and other livestock grazing at that farm, and also there were people who were terrorizing other members of that community at Chalacha. Then the community went to lay a charge at the Great Place, at Bumbane Great Place, as it is done in any other rural setting, Peter, where when you have a problem in your rural area, before you take the matter to the police, you first report it to traditional leaders. So they did that. And then the king summoned the people who were accused of the different crimes that they were committing in the community to come to the Great Place so that they can be disciplined. However, these people didn't go to the Great Place. Then the king sent his subjects to go and call them from that community. It's then that the people were tortured and the children were abducted, and also the women abducted, and their houses were torched, and Saziso died in that raid that happened at Chalacha. So when the case was happening, when the case was being heard at Mthatha High Court, the lawyers are now saying the king was not just being violent in the community. He was actually disciplining these people as per his powers as the king of AbaThembu. So they are saying the case, while the case was continuing in court, that issue of traditional leader, traditional law should have been taken into consideration. That's why they are petitioning the justice minister for a retrial, so that those issues can be taken into consideration, because they were not heard of in court.
All right, Zimkita, that's where we're going to leave it for the time being. Thank you for that update. The king is not in jail for now, 7-day stay, and he's citing some issues that should have been considered. I'm sure that this is a case that we'll be watching certainly early in the new year.